आकाशमंडल ईश्वर की महिमा वर्णन करता है और फजाएं उसकी हस्तकला को प्रकटी करता है. This is a wonderful hymn sung by Honorable Kavita Krishnamurti, and that I will paste in the description, because today the poem which we are going to discuss is an amazing poem which describes the sovereignty and the magnanimity of God, how God has created the universe, and what are the things doing which are being created by Him. So you must have known Joseph Addison. Joseph Addison was a neoclassicist and essayist of the 18th century England. He wrote the work, the journal, The Spectator. So, besides creating a wonderful character like Sir Roger D. Coverley, he has composed a beautiful poem, a hymn named The Spacious Firmament on High. So, today we are going to discuss that poem, the hymn. So, here I am sharing with you the spacious firmament on high. Spacious firmament on high. So, Joseph Addison has taken the theme of this poem from Bible directly, and in the Old Testament of the Bible there is the book of Psalms, and the 19th chapter of the book of Psalms displays the wonderful and fascinating celestial creation. So, here are the six verses from which Joseph Addison has composed this poem. Psalm 19, and these are the lines in this psalm which has been written by the psalmist David, King David. The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech, night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech, they have no words, no sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens, God has pitched a tent for the sun. It is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Everything is shouting, proclaiming, and declaring that God has created us so greatly. So, now let us discuss the poem and let us see how Joseph Addison has been faithful to the verses which have been taken. Right? So, the poem is The Spacious Firmament on High, and the poem is written in 24 lines. There are three stanzas, and each stanza is consisting 8 lines. The spacious firmament on high, with all the blue ethereal sky. The spacious firmament. Spacious means very big, having space. Firmament means heaven. On high, which is very high, with all the blue ethereal sky. So the first stanza describes the daytime. Blue sky is there, which is ethereal, delicate, and spangled heavens. Spangled means like this, mm, made of glittering material. The spangled heavens, a shining frame, their great original proclaim. Every glittering thing in heaven, every spangled heaven, describes the and proclaims the origin, the creation, and the creator. Now, God has made the sun to rule over the day, the unweird sun from day to day. The sun is unweird, means not tired. He does not get exhausted. The unweird sun, what does he do? From day to day, every day, does his creator's powers display. What does the sun display? The sun displays the creator's powers, God's power. And according to the Hebrew name of God, the name is Jehovah. The name of God is Jehovah, the creator. What does he do? And publishes to every land the work of an almighty hand. God's hand, powerful hand, has created everything. The universe was created by just the words of God. So God is so powerful, that is being explained here in the first stanza. So one can comprehend that 8 lines are there in the first stanza, and the rhyming scheme is AA, BB, CC, D. High sky, frame, proclaim, day, display, land, and hand. So to recapitulate, the first stanza of this poem describes the daytime. Now, if we come to the second stanza is subsequently describing the night time. Soon as the evening shades prevail, the moon takes up the wondrous tale. What was being done by the day is repeated by the night. God has created sun to rule over the day. Similarly, he has created moon to rule over the night. And what does the night do? What does the moon do? He repeats the wondrous tale and nightly to the listening earth, repeats the story of her birth. The earth is constantly listening to the tale, the story of the originality and the creation of the universe. And the night also reiterates the story of her birth, that how magnificently it was created. While all the stars that round her burn, and all the planets in their turn confirm the tidings as they roll and spread the truth from pole to pole. Every planet, every celestial being, or every extraterrestrial thing, astronomical thing, what does they do? As they are rolling, as they are revolving, they proclaim and they confirm. What do they confirm? They confirm the tidings, the seventh line. Tidings means the information, the news of the creation. And from pole to another pole, it is being repeated, retold. It is passed, that how greatly, amazingly, fantabulously everything was created. So, in the second stanza, we see the description of night as is given in the original Psalm 19. Now, if we come to the third stanza, there we will be able to see that the description of the silence of all these celestial beings has been presented. Everything is great, very big, you may call it gigantic. They are silent, but Sometimes it is called that silence is the best answer of all, and that similar silence is answering. What is the answer? That we are created the way we are by God, Jehovah. What though in solemn silence all move round the dark terrestrial ball? Terrestrial ball means earth. Terrestrial means earthly. Formerly, it was understood that all other planets and sun and moon, everybody revolves around the earth, right? Because of the lack of knowledge. But then it was proven that sun is in the center and the planets of the solar system revolve around the sun. But though the silence is solemn, solemn means dignified, glorious, move round the dark terrestrial ball. What though no real voice nor sound amid the radiant tops be found? What though everything is, revolving around the earth in silence? Even though that silence answers, though the real voice or sound cannot be heard amid the radiant means very bright. Radiant means very bright. But the silence is also as if answering to all. But if we look, if we look at um, the magnificent creation, and if we imagine, if we think, so what is the last stanza telling to us? In reason's ear, they all rejoice. Reason means logic. If we think logically, if we if we ponder logically, in reason's ear, they all rejoice and utter, though they are silent. But if we think logically, they utter, they speak, they speechify a glorious voice. What is the glorious voice? And what is the time period? What is the tenure of their singing? Forever singing. They do not stop singing as they shine. What is the song? The hand that made us is divine. The hand of God is divine, is holy. So the last stanza describes the silence of the extraterrestrial things, but these things also describe, display the glory of God. So here I have written some words and their meanings. Firmament means heaven, ethereal, delicate, spangled as I have shown you, a small thin piece of glittering material. Unweird means not tired. Prevail means to, display superiority. Tidings, news. Solemn, dignified, terrestrial, earthly, and radiant means lighted, very bright. Conclusively, it can be said that stanza 1 describes the daytime sky, stanza 2 describes the nighttime sky, and similarly, stanza 3 describes the silence of the celestial objects. So, thank you for being with me. So, this is the wonderful poem written by Joseph Addison, and I hope you have understood it. Thank you, and may God bless you.